This is Dr. William Wright Adams, a plastic surgeon based in Florida. On May 24, 2022, he was arrested by St. Petersburg police after they busted him with crystal meth in his backpack during a traffic stop. The officers flagged down Adams's Chevy Suburban while he was on his way to work as part of an investigation into a residential burglary. But what they found after searching his belongings gave them all the reasons they needed to arrest him right there. As the doctor was handcuffed, he acted like he had no idea why he was being arrested. But behind this mask of innocence, Dr. Adams knew exactly what he had gotten himself into.
I'll explain everything, okay?
What's going on?
I'll explain everything, all right?
I'm supposed to be operating right now.
Okay, that's fine. This is more important right now. Thankfully, all right?
In the footage, while Dr. Adams claims that he needs to be operating at that moment, the officer reassures him that what's happening is much more important. An officer then escorts the doctor to the patrol car, and so far, to which he complies.
You got anything in your pockets or anything?
I don't think so.
I'll check.
While officers search his SUV, Adams repeats himself and says that a patient awaits plastic surgery at his office. The drama intensifies as Adams emphasizes that the doctors are putting someone to sleep as they wait for the doctor to operate on him.
Okay. Well, I'd love to talk to you. Before I can ask you anything, I've got to read you your rights, okay? But I want to figure out, because we're blocking a busy street right here.
They're putting somebody to sleep right now for me to operate on.
Okay.
So I have to call them.
Would you like me to call them and tell them? Or are they going to do that when you show up?
They're all waiting for me right now.
Okay, so are they doing the medicine prior to you showing up?
Sedation probably somewhat. Usually
Yes or no? Because I'll make a call over there.
Yes, please call.
To manage the fallout of his arrest, officers dial his office to notify the staff of the situation and coordinate arrangements for someone to retrieve his vehicle.
Can you call 328-2299, the office, and just tell them not to sedate the next person?
What is it?
The officer then reads his Miranda rights to Dr. Adams, after which he refuses to answer any of the officer's questions without having his attorney, Kevin Hazlett, present.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you. You could decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
My attorney, Kevin Hazlett.
Okay. You want your attorney present?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Initially, Dr. Adams got stopped as part of a larger inquiry linked to a 2021 burglary case. But as soon as the officer searched Dr. Adams' possessions, he found a glass pipe inside a leather backpack and a packet allegedly containing 3 grams of crystal meth. Now, Dr. Adams was in deep trouble, but as soon as his lawyer came into the picture, it shifted the tide of the entire case.
Hey, Bill, here's what we're going to do. I talked to the sergeant, who's a nice young lady. What we're going to do at this point is we're going to invoke your rights against self-incrimination. This is not the time to tell your story. There will be a time. This is not that time. So I have invoked your rights against speaking to them. We'll have an opportunity to speak to the right people at the right time. Just today's not the time. So I'm going to ask you not to answer any more of the questions. They're not going to ask you any more questions. I would ask, Bill, that you don't voluntarily want to explain what happened because there'll be a time for that. Do you understand that, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's assume that you've been given propofol and you can't talk. Okay, so just say nothing. Let's go ahead and just I'll connect with you. I will get you bonded out of jail this afternoon. It will take probably till 3 or 4 o'clock today. They've got to book you. They've got to take you. This process takes some time.
He told Dr. Adams that no more questions would be asked of him, and let him know that he doesn't have to answer any questions. He emphasized that while there will be a time when Adams can talk about his story, now is not the time to do that. He also lets the doctor know that while he will be taken in at this point, he will be bailed out in the evening, so for now, he simply has to follow through with standard procedures. Consequently, Adams faced charges of methamphetamine possession and residential burglary. Maintaining his innocence, Adams entered a not guilty plea. But the legal process has been unfolding very slowly, with 17 months passing without a trial. The scheduled trial date is December 6, 2023, with Adams's attorney expressing optimism about resolving the case soon. Despite the legal turmoil, Dr. Adams' professional life has been seemingly intact the entire time. Observations at his office revealed a bustling scene with patients and staff, and attempts to contact him were met with the response that he was occupied with patients. Adding a layer of complexity, the Florida Department of Health's license verification website attests to Adams's clear and active license, devoid of any recorded complaints or disciplinary actions. A lot of people don't know this, but wasn't his first brush with allegations of possession of meth. An earlier episode in 2020 unfolded as sheriff's deputies located a package of crystal meth in Adams's backpack during a security check at the Pinellas County Justice Center. In the 2020 case, Adams pleaded not guilty to the possession charge, and the prosecutor decided to close the chapter, dropping the case in October of the same year. At the back of this legal drama was an ongoing dispute between Adams and his ex-boyfriend. The ex initiated legal proceedings seeking a restraining order because Adams was accused of sending him threatening messages, cautioning against reporting him to the medical board for alleged meth use. However, the ex-boyfriend eventually withdrew the case. Frankie Stiles, a witness to the events at Adams' house in late 2021, disclosed that her relationship had gotten bitter. In the beginning, Adams provided her shelter in a camper on his St. Pete Beach property when she had nowhere else to go, but soon, she started experiencing disruptive and confrontational incidents. Allegedly, Adams would yell and damage things. This provides context to Adams' past behavior and how he may not be fit to still be a practicing doctor in the field.
And they were yelling all night long, breaking stuff.
Stiles, who was also a former patient of Dr. Adams, took matters into her own hands and reached out to the Florida Board of Medicine. She reported his drug-related arrests and collaborated with an investigator, providing concrete evidence supporting her claims. As part of her advocacy, Stiles initiated a Facebook page and curated videos from Adams's residence, compiling his arrest records for the entire world to see. Upon contacting the medical board investigator, Dr. Adams acknowledged an ongoing investigation in his interaction with Stiles. However, he maintained discretion and redirected further inquiries to a spokesperson. Repeated attempts to reach Brad Dalton, the spokesperson for the Florida Board of Medicine, went unanswered despite sharing Dr. Adams's arrest records via email. Similarly, there was no response from the media department at the Florida Department of Health. Dr. Adams opted not to participate in an interview and refrained from offering any comments. Finally, in response to investigative inquiries, Dr. Adams took to Instagram to announce his decision to retire from his medical practice, effective December 1st. Do you think that Dr. Adams will finally be held accountable for repeatedly breaking the law? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.